You know, I had my first standing ovation when I was 19 years old. 19 years old, 70,000 people jumped to their feet and gave my performance a standing ovation. 70,000 people cheered for me because I was on the other football team and I just missed a field goal. How many of you have ever suffered disappointment? Have you? You know, I heard somebody once say, I hope one day I have enough of what this world calls success, so somebody will ask me the secret of it. I will say simply this: I get up when I'm knocked down. But sometimes we need others to help us get back up. Goals. Do you set goals? No, the problem with not having a goal is you could spend your whole life running up and down the field without ever scoring. And how important are goals? There was a university years ago that took the freshman class and found out which of these kids were actually writing down goals and reviewing them on a regular basis. Then they tracked them over an entire lifetime, and they found out that 5% that set goals outperformed the other 95% combined. When you have the courage to set a goal, it's like entering into that corridor, and there's your goal at the end, and you're gonna head toward it. And here's the big surprise. As you head toward that corridor, your goal, you will see other corridors of opportunity you would have never known about had you not headed toward that first one. Now, are there people out there that are dream killers? Are there people out there that say, you can't do it, that can't be done, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard? Now, contrast that with somebody who's positive. So I have this goal that's like being in a valley looking up at a mountain. It almost looks like an insurmountable goal, but I went to my older, wiser mentor. And he says, Bob, go for it, you can't lose. He said, pal, there are two attributes of every successful person that's ever walked the face of the planet. Number one, they were persistent. And number two, they all failed. He said, do you know how many people think failure is a bad thing? It's your failures that teach you how to be successful. He says, Bob, go for it. And if you fail, fantastic. You will learn great things that will help you the rest of your life. When you have something prompt you to improve your life or to improve the lives of others or the world, you have 5 seconds to do something about it. Otherwise, the other side of your brain comes to a screeching halt and you come up with all kinds of excuses why not to do it. There's a quote that goes, what you get by reaching your goal isn't nearly as important as what you'll become by reaching for it. If you can't win, at least make the one ahead of you break the record. Do you ever walk down the hall in your school and you see people that are suffering or could use a helping hand or could use a friend? Remember that activation energy? Got 5 seconds to do something about it? How many times do we just walk by and we just ignore them thinking, well, maybe somebody else can help them. What is it that I could possibly do to help? Well, consider this. Many times when you're in school and something happens to one person, like they're treated badly, it might bounce right off of their brain, where someone else, it may just bury deep into their brain. You can't give kindness away, it's always returned. If you're ever feeling down or depressed or lonely, go do something for someone. There are those that are around that are catching on to what you're doing, and you become an example. Now, I get to speak to a lot of schools, and I might be speaking to some of your kids, so I want them to hear a couple of things. In our lives, do we have those that lash out at us? Do we have those that seem like they're angry? Aren't they just saying, hey, if you just understood, I'm in pain, just understand? Maybe that's the message you needed to hear today. Maybe you're holding a grudge against someone in your family. Maybe someone from your past, somebody who wronged you. Maybe you're mad at the way life's turned out, your income, the government. Maybe you're mad at God. Maybe you can't forgive yourself. My advice to you is let it go. I promise there are good things to come. John Wooden, the great basketball coach, said, I'm not what I should be. I'm not what I could be. I'm not what I'm going to be. But I thank God I'm not what I used to be. Be the student. Find your teacher. Make it happen. Good luck to you.